Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. So in the last class, we saw about the qualities of a Jivan Mukta, right? Who is a Jivan Mukta? How does a Jivan Mukta go about his life? We saw all that. To say it in a nutshell, just like how we firmly believe that I am Aruna, I am a woman, I am so and so, all these identifications that we have, that it is so ingrained in us. In the same way, for a Jivan Mukta, it is ingrained in him that I am Brahman. I am not this body. I am Brahman is ingrained in him. We are all trying to reach there. They know it. Just like how we know that I am a human with this, I am a male, I'm a female, I'm a mother, I'm an employee, all this we have. Just like that, they just know that they are Brahman. So that is the quality of a Jivan Mukta in a nutshell. Next, we are going to see about karmas. It's a very interesting topic. And something that is so wonderfully thought out in our philosophy too, right? Like the more we reflect on the topic of karmas, the more answers we get for so many unanswered questions in our life, right? Like we will see what are those when we are seeing the verses. Okay. Brahmaivaham asmitya aparoksha jnanena nikila karma bandha vinirmuktasya. Okay, with the immediate knowledge I am Brahman alone, one becomes free from all bondage of karma. So we will see what is karma and what is the bondage of karma. Okay, good. Karmani katividani santiti chet agami sanchita prarabdha vedena trividani santi. So if somebody asks, how many kinds of karma are there? It's not punya karma, papa karma. It is Agami Karma, Sanchita Karma, and Prarabdha Karma. We will see about each of this in the coming verses. All right, good. Okay, but before we go into Agami, okay, we will see the next line and also then go into the explanation. We will see what is Agami Karma first. Okay. Jnanotpatyantanantaram jnani dehakritam punya papa rupam karma yadasti tad agami iti abhidiyate. Okay, so the results of action, good or bad, performed by the body of the realized soul, jnani, after the dawn of knowledge, is known as Agami Karma. All right, so here in this definition itself, we will ask questions. If it is said that once we get the knowledge, once we are completely firmly rooted in the knowledge, aparoksha jnana, right? We saw that immediate knowledge that I am Brahman, we become free from karma. But then here in the first next line itself, it is being said, the actions performed by the body of the jnani is called Agami Karma. So it is so contradictory. What does it mean? All right. So before we go into that verse, let us understand a bit about karma. Karma literally means action. Okay. Karma means action. And we all know that every action has a reaction. Karma and karma phala, the action and the result of the action, both are indicated by karma. Okay, when they say karma, it encompasses both karma and karma phala. Both are indicated by the word karma. Okay, so if you see, every day, every second of our life, we are doing some karma or the other. isn't it? We are constantly engaged in some action or the other. Not only us, every being around us is engaged in some action or the other. Even when we are sleeping, even when the body is apparently not moving in our deep sleep also, internally the actions are still going on, isn't it? Heart is continuing to pump, digestion is happening, whatever other internal functions has to go on, goes on. And then we also dream when we are sleeping, the mind is also active, and subconsciously also all our memories get sorted. So many actions keep happening even when the body is still. If we are a living being, there is no escape from action, isn't it? We all are continuously doing some action or the other. Now, if you take all other creatures other than human beings, their actions are driven by instinct, isn't it? They act because they have to fulfill a primitive need. Either it is they have to protect themselves, or they have to find food, or they have to reproduce, or they have to sleep, or they have to excrete. Just driven by primitive instincts. That instinctual behavior is what drives the action in most of the living creatures, except humans. Okay, so when such type of actions are done, the being does not gather any impression from that action. What is an impression from an action? For example, I go to Bombay and I eat Alfonso mango. Now it is available everywhere, but I'm just saying, I eat Alfonso mango. I'm doing that action. Now what happens after eating that Alfonso mango? It's like, oh wow, this is the tastiest mangoes I've ever seen. Now I have to get more of it. So then what I will do, the impression has formed, now what I'll do, if somebody is coming from Bombay, hey, you're coming from Bombay, bring me Alfonso mangoes. Then what I will do, I'll open the app and like, should I order Alfonso mango from this app? See, I did an action. Action has left an impression in me, and that impression is driving me to do further actions. Just a simple example. Okay. Instinctual actions don't lead any impressions. Like, for example, I can't even say eating because that's just for example, we are very sleepy and we go to sleep. Then we wake up fresh. It doesn't create any impression in us. You're like, oh, wow. Now I enjoyed the sleep so much. I want to go sleep now. Unless until we feel sleepy, the body will not sleep, isn't it? We will just be lying awake on the bed. So instinctual actions, scratching the body, sneezing, coughing, all these things will not leave an impression in us. But unless until we are aware of what is the action that we are doing, why we are doing that action, the intention behind the action, unless until we are aware of it completely, then the actions will keep leaving more and more impressions in us, and it will drive us to do more and more actions. Then there is no escape. See, in this, it is very, very clear, okay? Even though we know that this entire cosmos is Maya, there is so much of order in this creation, isn't it? Everything is in its place. There is a place for everything, and it is governed by the law of action and reaction. Every action has an equivalent, not opposite. Every action has a reaction. Okay, so there is an effect for every action that we do. All right. So what I was saying, yeah. So then what happens is every action that we do will keep generating effects. It will keep going on and on and on. And it need not stop with the end of this body alone. Next, we will take some other body. Those impressions will continue and we will be enjoying the results of that actions. And then we will be creating new actions also. So it is an endless cycle. Okay. It is literally what is sustaining this creation. The chain of karma, chain of cause and effect, action and reaction is what is sustaining this entire creation, isn't it? If we were to think about it. Now, how to look at this karma? It is very important that we understand karma because it has a very direct implication on how we lead our life. Okay. Another thing that we have to understand is, why do we perform actions? We saw it in the very first class itself. Every action that we do is driven from a sense of perceived happiness. We feel that by doing a particular action, we will be happier than the state in which we are now. If we just have to examine any action that we do, this will be the underlying reason. We may say 10,000 other reasons, but if you keep asking why, if we keep drilling down, we will understand that the underlying reason is to be in a happier state than where we are now. So which means what? All our actions are driven from a point of incompleteness, right? We are doing the action so that we may end up feeling better. We may end up feeling happier. It is coming from a sense of incompleteness. However, and why do we feel incomplete? Because we are not aware of our own true self. We are not aware that we are Brahman, we are infinite, we are Purna, that we are not knowing, and we are constantly seeking that. We are limited by this body and mind, but our true nature is that of the limitlessness. So naturally what we will do, we will try to seek that, isn't it? No matter how much money we have, we will want more money. No matter how much power we have, we will want more power. No matter how much fame we have, we will want more fame, because our actual nature is that of limitlessness. So anything limiting, anything defining will never ever make us happy. It is not possible, isn't it? So all our actions, the underlying driver of our actions is this feeling of incompleteness within us, discontentment. All this is the driving force of our actions, if we were to examine it carefully. However, once we realize, not just bookish realization, once we have that aparoksha anubhuti, once we have that immediate knowledge that I am Brahman, then we are complete, isn't it? There is nothing left for us to do, because we know that we are that infinite self. We are limitless. We know that. We know it immediately. We have realized it. And in that sense, the body will still continue to do actions. Okay, the ego has died. That sense, I am Aruna, that sense has gone, but there is still the sense that the body is still existing in the world, isn't it? So the body will continue to do actions. And that action of a Jivan Mukta, Jnanotpatya Anantaram, that is, after the dawn of knowledge, done by the body of the Jivan Mukta. Here it is not saying Jivan Mukta himself does. Because there is no ego over there, right? Jnani Deha Kritam. See, Deha Kritam, the body of the Jivan Mukta, whatever actions that is done by the body of the Jivan Mukta. Punya Papa Rupam, it can be good or bad. Okay, Yada Asti Tada Agama Iti Abhidiyate. So we saw 3 types of karma. So first one is Agami Karma. Agami Karma is the actions done by the body of the Jivan Mukta. Punya Papa Rupa, good or bad actions. Now we will immediately ask, how can a jnani do bad karma? Again, remember, they cannot do bad karma because they have attained self-realization after endless sadhana. Okay, they have practiced and practiced and practiced, and they have consciously lived for so many lifetimes that in this lifetime they are realized. They have attained Jivan Mukti. So if it is any Papa Karma, means inadvertently they would have done. Like, for example, suppose they are walking and they are stamping on some insect. They will not even do that. They have that level of awareness in them. Okay, inadvertently they do that. Okay, that is what it is being said. Good or bad actions done by the body of the Jivan Mukta is called Agami Karma. So here, because the Jivan Mukta has no sense of I, no sense of ego, whatever actions that are being done by the body, they will still continue to exist in this world, right? Thank God they still do. Otherwise, what happens once they realize their own self and then the body drops? Who is going to come and tell us about all this? Who is going to teach us? All these gurus, masters, thank God they are still there, but the body will still continue to do karma. And the karma done by the body of the Jivan Mukta is called Agami Karma. It will not give rise to further karmas. Okay, all right. So next is the most interesting, okay. Next verse we will see. Till now it is clear about karma. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask. Okay, so we saw Agami Karma. Now we will see what is Sanchita Karma. Okay, Sanchita Karma kim? Ananta koti janmanam bijabhutam sat yat karma jatam purvarjitam tishtati tat sanchitam niyam. The results of the actions performed in all previous births, which are in the seed form and giving rise to endless crores of birth in future, are called Sanchita Karma. Okay, all right. So I think I've already mentioned in some class, just because we are born human in this birth doesn't mean that we have been humans in all our previous birth, and it is also no guarantee that we are going to be humans in all our future births also. This birth we are humans. We don't know what we were before. We don't know what we are going to become after, and thank God for that. We have only this lifetime to think about. However, we have this body because of so many results of so many actions that we have done in the past. Okay, so the Sanchita Karma, what it means is, it says here, the results of actions performed in all previous birth, which are in the seed form and are giving rise to endless crores of birth in the future. Okay, so it is concerned with the past, actions that we have done in the past, which is going to give result in the future, not in the present, which are going to give result in the future, is called Sanchita Karma. Okay, it is like this. So I am Aruna, I am this body, and I go and open an account in a bank. Okay, so from so many years, for so many years, I have been depositing money in the bank. I have been putting it as FDs. I wish, but I have been putting FDs for so many years. Okay, some of the FDs will mature in the present. Some of the FDs will mature in the future. The FDs that are going to mature in the future because of the deposit that I've made in the past is called as Sanchita Karma. Chi means accumulated, the root word. Okay, Sanchi means in Telugu and all, if you know Telugu, it means bag. Okay, so Sanchita Karma is the bag of karmas that we are carrying. So karma, how do we carry the karma? Karmas are carried as impressions, thought impressions. Okay, remember causal body? Remember Anandamaya Kosha? That is where all this Sanchita Karma is there. That is like a blueprint for our future lifetimes. Okay, so this is what is Sanchita Karma. We will see what is Prarabdha Karma, then you will be able to understand the difference between the two a little bit more clearly. Okay, all right. We'll see what is the next verse, and then we will. This is the most important verse. Prarabdha Karma kimiti chet. Idam sharira. Sorry. Prarabdha Karma kimiti chet. Idam shariram utpadya. Iha loka eva sukha dukkhadi pradam. Yat karma tat prarabdam. Bhogena nashtam bhavati. Prarabdha karmana bhogat eva kshaya iti. Having given birth to this body, the actions which give result in this very world in the form of happiness or misery, and which can be destroyed only by enjoying or suffering, is called Prarabdha Karma. The FDs that are maturing now is called Prarabdha Karma. So we have a bag of karmas. Okay, and some of the karmas will fructify. Some of the karmas have fructified in this present day, and because of that we are having this body, we are having this life, and that whatever we are enjoying now in the present lifetime is called Prarabdha Karma. Okay, it is like this. So you have different varieties of seeds, isn't it? Mustard seeds, if you sow, immediately it will come. 2-3 days, like how we do in Navratri, Golu and all, immediately it will sprout. You have an coconut sapling. How long it takes to grow? Bamboo. It takes years for even the smallest shoot to peep out of the earth, isn't it? It is like that only. We have a whole, everybody, okay, every being has karma. There is like, if you are here in this world right now, you have an accumulation of karma. There is no other way. Okay. So of that karma, of that big load of karma, some part of it will fructify, has fructified. And because of that, we are all here right now. That particular part of our karma is called prarabdha karma. That which is still not yet fructified, but it is still there in our account. The FDs that has not yet matured is there in our account, but it will fructify in future. That is called Sanchita Karma. Clear between the difference of the two, Sanchita Karma and prarabdha karma? Okay. What does prarabdha karma decide? Us being born in a particular family, the length of our lifetime, the kind of environment that we live in, where we are born, whom do we interact with, what are all the situations that we will be facing. All these are determined by this prarabdha karma. Okay. So having said that, many people say, oh, it's my karma, that's why I'm not able to do anything. It's my karma, it's my fate, that's why I'm so unlucky. Why is this happening to me? I have done all good karma only, but nothing good is happening to me. We've all said this at some point of time. Oh, he was such a good man, he's done so much charitable work, but still see he's suffering so much. All this we have said, all this we have heard in our lifetime. If we were to apply the Sanchita and Prarabdha Karma to these scenarios, we will understand that whatever we are experiencing in this lifetime is not only the result of what we have done in this lifetime. Correct? Because we have that big deposit sitting in the bank, isn't it? Some of it is maturing now. Sometimes in this lifetime, I will have immediate result also. That is also possible. Okay. But there is no way we can know whether our action will give immediate results or it will give result in the future, or it will have both. Sometimes what we do will have an immediate bearing also. And in the future also, it will have some impact. Like, for example, our studies, right? Like we do college. Immediately after completing college, we get a certificate. But whatever we have learned, we will be using it all through our lifetime, right? Pretty much the same way. All right. So once we understand that whatever we are going through in this lifetime is because of what we have done in the past, and whatever we are going to experience in the future is because of what we are doing here and now, then who is responsible for our life? Only us, isn't it? What we have done, we have no control. We are here in this birth, in this lifetime, we are having this body, we are having this parents, we are having this spouse, we are having this children, we are having this job. All this are the effects of our karma only. But how we act it out is going to determine our future, is it not? Whatever has been given, that's what Gurudev says very beautifully. Whatever has been given to us right now is God's gift. But what I do with it is my gift to God. Isn't it? So we have complete karma is not a escapist theory. It is not spiritual bypassing. Karma is something that is, once we understand, once we reflect on this karma, it is something that is so empowering, because we know that we are completely responsible for our lives. Whatever we are suffering now is also because of our own actions in the past only. And if we should not suffer in the future, we better clean up our act and do good. Okay. So taking full responsibility for our actions is what we should take away from this understanding about karma. There is still 3 more verses that we have to see about karma, and it is going to tell us how to do all these actions. What we should do, all that we will see in the next class. But for today's takeaway, if I were to put it in a nutshell, karmas are of 3 types: Agami, Sanchita, Prarabdha. Agami karma is the karmas performed by the body of the Jivan Mukta. Because Jivan Mukta, even after self-realization, the body still has to perform actions, and that actions are called Agami Karma. Okay. Next is Sanchita Karma. Karma, again, remember, karma also means karma phala, results of the action. Both are indicated by the word karma only. Sanchita Karma is the big bag of karmas that we are carrying from all our previous lifetimes. Prarabdha Karma is that which has fructified out of that Sanchita Karma, whichever has fructified already, and we are enjoying the results of that is Prarabdha Karma. See, that is, okay, I will just take 2 more minutes, okay? So that is why, even if we are good in this lifetime, even if we are doing everything to the best of our abilities, we will still have ups and downs. We will still have diseases. We will still suffer because that karma has fructified, and there is no, it's like shooting an arrow, right? Once the arrow has released, can we call back that arrow? I've become very good. No, arrow, don't go, quit, come back. No, not possible. No, it has to take its course. So whatever it is happening in our life, in this lifetime, we have to go through it. There is no escape at all. So once we accept it, then life becomes easier. Okay. But we have control over how we respond to our circumstances. We have control over how we navigate through this life. That control is still there within us only. Okay. So we have to be very, very clear about that. And there is no point, because I am a yoga teacher, no, they'll share this experience. I'm sure Preeti ma'am will realize. So people come to me and ask like, you know what, I've done yoga, but I'm still falling sick. I'm still having back pain. I myself was out of action for 2-3 weeks, not taking yoga class because I had back pain. Yoga teacher also has back pain, knee pain, all pains happens to this body also. Why? Because this body is the result of the fructified actions of my past. Whatever this body has to go through, it should go through. There is no escape. But what will I benefit? So that means what? Nobody has to do anything. Everybody can just be like, eat whatever they want, do all nonsense. And no, it's not like that. Because I've been doing yoga, I was not greatly affected by the pain. I was able to manage, then come back, and now I'm okay. All right. So all our sadhana, all our abhyasa, it's going to help us lead this life intelligently. But we will still have obstacles. We will still have pain. There is nothing, there is no escape from it. Ramana Maharishi had cancer. What did he do to get cancer? Ramakrishna Paramahamsa had throat cancer. What did he do to get throat cancer? Isn't it? Swami Vishnudevananda, who's Swami Vishnudevananda, he had an accident and he was wheelchair bound for years together after teaching yoga to the world. Why? Pujya Gurudev had heart issues. He had such a weak heart. Only 20% of his heart was functioning when he was giving the final lectures of Bhagavad Gita. The last lecture of Bhagavad Gita is what has been recorded and what we are all still seeing now. At that time, only 20% of his heart was functioning. He'll be driven to the stage in a wheelchair. He'll come, deliver the lecture and go back in a wheelchair. Pujya Guruji, he himself will say, this body has had all operations, open heart surgery, everything. Why? What bad did they do? But what is the difference is they know that I am not this body. Whatever the body has to go through, it will go through. Okay. So that is what is Prarabdha Karma. There is no escape from it. That's what in Buddhism they say, no? Pain is inevitable. But suffering is a choice. Whether we choose to suffer, whether we choose to sit in a corner and moan, oh my God, I have such a bad life. Everything is going against me. Nothing is happening as I wish. I am not getting any success. All I do is failure. If you want to sit and moan, no problem. That will also get accumulated. Remember, whatever you are doing now, you're depositing in that bank. Sanchita Karma is adding, if you want to have a better life, take charge of the actions and do your actions with complete dedication to a higher altar. Okay, Karma Yoga is a chapter by itself. We may touch upon it a little bit in the next few lines, but now I don't have time. I will stop with this. Is it clear about Sanchita Prarabdha Karma? Agami, let's not be bothered about it. Okay. Sanchita Prarabdha is clear? So we'll finish the class with our closing prayers. Om. Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Stop the recording, and we will also see about